Welcome to another update on Tropical Depression 05W from the Force 13. Currently on the screen is the life of the system up to a few hours ago, and the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre has updated their information. They have it located 8.5 degrees north, 120.7 degrees east, maximum sustained winds 25 knots, gusting 35 knots. And Tropical Depression 35W is around 366 nautical miles south of Manila, Philippines, tracking west-southwest at 8 knots over the last 6 hours. The Tropical Depression has been relocated 225 nautical miles south-southwest of the previous warnings and is based on a ASCAT bullseye showing an elongated defined circulation. With 25 to 30 knots northeasterly winds over the western semicircle, 10 to 15 knots elsewhere. Additionally, surface observations, animated and enhanced infrared satellite imagery, total precipitable water imagery, and all agency VOAC fixes support the current position. Currently, infrared imagery shows exposed shadow banding wrapping into a weak, defined, low-level circulation centre with flaring convection over the western semicircle. An 89 GHz image indicates fragmented, deep convective banding over the northwest quadrant with shadow banding wrapping around the eastern and northern semicircles of the compact system. Overall, the system is assessed conservatively at 25 knots based on the ASCAT and VOAC intensity estimate of T1.5, 25 knots. However, the system is clearly a borderline tropical depression based on the aforementioned ASCAT image showing extensive northeasterly surge winds west of the northern and central Philippines, the defined circulation over the Sulu Sea, and there is fair confidence within 45 nautical miles. Read the current position. Upper level analysis shows a marginal environment with strong 25 to 30 knot southeasterly vertical wind shear offset by strong diffluence aloft. After turning sharply south-southwest, Tropical Depression 35 appears to be tracking slowly west-southwest along the southeast periphery of the low-level subtropical ridge adjacent to a northeast surge event. Due to the major relocation of the initial position, the official Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's forecast track has shifted south and is currently located with a complex steering environment adjacent to extensive northeasterly winds and 360 nautical miles east of another weak low pressure system in WEST-97W. Therefore, there is high uncertainty in the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's official track chart. Forecast track. The system is forecast to track generally westward as it tracks along the southeastern periphery of the steering ridge. Northeast surge flow through the next 24 hours, and after 24-hour mark, the system will begin to interact and eventually merge with WEST-97W. Due to this interaction and marginal environment, Tropical Depression 35W is forecast to remain a week through to the 72-hour mark. Then after that hour mark, northeast surge is forecast to abate and Tropical Depression 35 is forecast to resume a westward to west-northwest track under the steering influence of the low-level steering ridge position to the north. However, vertical wind shear is forecast to decrease with an increase in ocean heat content values, improved poleward diffluence, which should allow the system gradually intensify back to tropical storm intensity or strength by 120 hours. And a significant point in the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's advisory is due to the very complex steering environment, potential merger with WEST-97w, sparse numerical model guidance, and there remains high uncertainty in the track. That's the latest from the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre. And on the screen is a look at wind shear. The upper level divergence remains healthy. It's around 20 to 30 knots. And it's interesting to read what the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre has said about this tropical depression and likely to become a tropical storm yet again. The 24-hour shear tendency, it looks like the wind shear is going to drop, and one of my favourites, the 850 millibar vorticity. We will continue to bring the latest information on Tropical Depression 35w, and here's a look at various tracks on the Tropical Depression. And the colours are different models, and the information is on the right hand side of the screen. And there's one model indicating a possible category 1 cyclone, and it's a HWRF. That's around the 120 hour mark. Now we have a look at the Pivotal Weather website. It's a GFS Total Accumulated Precipitation Outlook. And what I look for from my own position is the area in yellow through to dark brown. And Pegasa has a local flood advisories in place, but this is the overall position, and it's turning out to be a very hectic time down here in the southern hemisphere. We have 96S, 93S, 95P, 97P and 94P. 94P has been upgraded to tropical depression by Fiji, and keep an eye on this channel along with the local channel. Bye for now.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, our YouTube page youtube.com/Force13, on Facebook under the same name Force 13, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 if you wish to get in touch. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.